everybody, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play on the channel. We are going to be playing some Catacomb Kids. And let me tell you guys, this is a game that I am actually very excited about, because I haven't played a hardcore platformer in a long time. The last one I played was Spelunky, and as you can almost certainly guess from me mentioning that, that's what Catacomb Kids is. It's a very challenging game where you're just one of these random characters that you get to pick out of like 6 different ones or something. Like, you choose a class. Right now, since the game is only in its alpha, it's very early in development, there are only 2 bare bones classes, like a fighting class and like the magic mage class. Magic missile class, magic missile, I haven't played that class at all. I've had very little experience with this game so far. But yeah, you choose between the 2 classes. There's gonna be more, and then there's like 6 different characters who are randomized who you get to choose from in that set. And then from what I expect and imagine from what I've played, I really should know this for sure, but I don't. All the maps are randomly procedurally generated, so it's really exciting. Every time you, like Spelunky, every time you play it, it's a new experience and stuff like that. But it is very challenging, and I've played about an hour of the game so far, including the tutorial, and most of my runs end up in me dying within the first floor, which is really cool in my opinion, because that's one of my favorite things about was one of my favorite things about my experience with games like Spelunky or The Binding of Isaac, those really challenging roguelike games. Where the early floors start off being some of the hardest things you've ever seen in a video game, and then you just learn them, get used to patterns and stuff like that, and as you continue moving on with your future. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started so I could show you guys what Catacomb Kids is all about. Taking way too much time. So like I said, there are 2 classes. There's the Poet, who I presume is like a mage class, and then there's also the Bully. We are going to be using the Bully, at least for the first couple of videos. I've never touched the Poet, seeing as, and I will say, I usually prefer melee classes over magic in general, so that's part of why I chose the Bully to begin with. But seeing as I can barely make it to the 3rd floor in this game, if I'm lucky, with the Bully, who oftentimes can be very tanky, like his health is ranged from 3 to 5, If I can barely make it to floor 3 with him, I don't really have much faith on my ability to succeed with the mage, because, like I said, I haven't seen the mage yet, and obviously they would focus much more on spells than actual attacks, but the right click of these guys, I would imagine, would be a lot stronger than the right click or like the main attack. Because obviously I'm using a controller with this, so that's like my Dota 2 mindset coming in. Your basic attack, I imagine, is probably stronger with these guys than it is with the mages. But let me go ahead and explain what is going on here for anyone who is not familiar with Catacomb Kids, because there is actually kind of a lot to grasp when you first start off with the game. Basically, as you can see on the left, each character has stats associated with them. Strength is basically just damage. I think it might actually also increase health if you level it up enough, but I think that's wrong. I don't think that's the case, actually. And then there's defense, which leads to damage reduction, and something that's really cool is that if you focus enough on defense, you could actually get to a point where your enemies deal you 0 damage, which obviously would make it very easy to survive. So I'm usually an offense over defense guy, but I think the defense stat is really cool and interesting in this game. Then there's speed, which is your attack speed and also your running speed, but not your walking speed, so only your running speed is affected by the speed stat. Then magic, which increases, oh, actually, I don't remember these 2 for sure. I think the magic one, or No, magic is just all the magic stuff, increases like your mana, I think, and the damage that magic does. Intelligence allows you to better see traps, and surrounding areas in the map, if I remember correctly, and maybe impacts magic. And then luck increases your critical hit chance and various other things. But then, besides that, each character also has a bunch of traits assigned with them. I think they always get 4, but I'm not entirely sure. Some of them are negative, some of them are bad, and so obviously those are balanced efficiently. Like characters like this guy, who has 3 good traits, also only has 3 health. Whereas this guy who has 2 bad traits also has 5 health. What is his weapon? Is it, I can't see it. Oh, a Sigh of Rendering, which is probably a sword, which sucks because the guy actually hates swords. So obviously that's kind of a bad start for him, but he also has 2 extra health. So that's one of the things that's really cool. I'm not really all that familiar with all of the different stats and traits and all that yet, but that's part of the fun, going ahead and checking out all those things. Like, I know loud means you make more noise, which makes people, notice you more easily, and poised, decreases knockback, that enemies can deal to you, which is very, very nice. But let's go ahead and start with this guy, Mr. Devon Motson. I apologize for taking so long to actually get to the gameplay for this game, but I think that's actually just gonna be the nature of the beast for this video. Obviously, everything else besides this... Oh, that was bad. Everything else besides this will move about a bit faster. So the thing about our loud character, as you guys just saw, when he falls, or falls from a relatively high height like that, he'll actually make a lot of noise, which can draw the attention of dudes. Like you can see there are those really angry orcs up there. They are not very, nice dudes or dudettes. They really like to beat us up. And give us a bad old time. So, okay, we actually found one of the interesting gameplay mechanics right out. Oh god, a trap! I totally did not notice that, and I think those do 3 damage. Okay, someone triggered that trap down there, so, oh my god, someone's triggering. Oh, it's an orc man! Kill the orc man, trap! Oh, there's also a snail triggering those. Kill the orc! I don't like him. Ow! Oh my, oh god, don't walk right back into it. Okay, so, oh, I died immediately. Okay. Like I was saying, I've only played this game for about an hour, so expect a lot of that for the start of the series while I'm getting myself acquainted with the gameplay in this game and such. So oh god, this person's got so many negative stats. And Messy Eater is a really frustrating one. I really hate that one. So we're not gonna go with that person. Let's try to stick with people who've got a lot of positive stuff. This person actually has 4 health, but he barely has any energy though for magic. Basically what that is that's your mana, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it totally is. So obviously certain spells require a certain amount of mana to use, and then you will have to recharge your mana over time. And so, basically, the more bars you have means the more rapidly you'll be able to use a certain number of spells without having to wait for all of your mana to regenerate. But we're not going to focus too much on spells, just because I haven't really focused on them too much. So, because that was like the most badass kill I've ever done in my entire life. I feel like such a king now. Maybe even... Oh wait, no, it's Catacomb Kids. Half the time when I think of this game, I think its name is Catacomb Kings, which is really funny. Fun fact about the character we chose, he actually has a shield, same with the other guy that we chose. Most characters, from my experience, actually do not have shields. They instead have the ability to dodge roll. So what's nice about our guy is we could obviously use our shield for extra defensive potential, but we also lose... Oh, I want to use that boulder to get up here. Oh my god, our guy is the shortest jumper, even when we do the duck jump. Like, if you duck and then jump, you go super high, but... Well, that kind of sucks, because I really wanted to get... Oh, no, it's because we have the chest. That's holding us down. Okay, so let's open this thing up, see what we got inside of it. Got an herb potion, okay. I wanted to talk about and a lantern. Huh, well, how does that work? Oh my god, it's like a flashlight! That is so cool. That actually could really save your life at times, because sometimes not being able to see what lies in the shadows can really change things. So we're not gonna be able to make our... Oh, wait, but we could grab the ladder. Yes! Okay, we are successful people. let me talk about... Oh, that slime just got his day, like, totally wrecked. So now we know that trap is up there, which is good. Let me explain how potions work really quick, because potions are actually very, very unique in this game. How it works is that their effects are randomly assigned at the beginning of every game. But what? Oh God, we just tossed our lantern away like a wet piece of bologna. But the animations in this game are so cool. I love the animations. Sorry, but as we just saw, we got a message referring to our potion saying that it is actually warm. And that's how we learn what a potion does. From my experience, if you wait long enough, hold on to a potion for a long enough time, you will actually receive 2 notifications about what they do. One of them will say whether it's warm or cold, and then the other one will basically straight up tell you whether it's good or bad. It won't say good or bad, but I forget what exactly the wording is, but it's oh, that snail almost tricked us. And we just totally, like, warned that guy. But yeah, so basically now we know that this potion is warm, which tells us that from my experience, it's going to have a heat effect associated with it. Here, let's grab our lamp. I want to take that and see if we could just knock over that plant. Yeah, because mushrooms can poison you. Oh God, I've alerted the beast. Get back here, you jerk. Also, the voice work in this game is a really, really, really nice touch. I'm really fond of the voice work. I almost said boys work. Oh my God, I didn't know you could knock oh God, I didn't know you could knock objects into people. That was pretty cool. We actually killed that man without taking any damage. I feel like super strong, dude. And we got a magical book. But So yeah, just finishing off what I was saying about the potions, we now know that this potion is going to have a warm effect, which from my experience can either make someone invisible, I think, that might have been cold though, might have been the cold trait, but basically what I'm trying to say here is that if I use it on myself, and let's actually do that because we're starting a new thing, it will either do something positive for me or set me on fire. And it set me on fire, so I have died. Gosh, baloney. Okay, I was honestly kind of expecting that to happen, and I'm okay with it happening. But it could have given us like a strength boost or something like that. I think the fire one might have been a strength boost, but it also might have been invisibility. I'm not sure. Nice thing about this guy, he's got a mallet of the light, but he also likes hammers. Once we actually get into this game, I want to see what exactly the like ability does, because the nice thing is if you actually open up your menu, you get to go ahead and check out what everyone does. Like, there's the spell book right there, so you could use spells to gain new abilities. Then there's this, which is basically your character's traits and stuff like that. And I'll talk about it more when we could actually level up a spell. So, hammer skill, you're still practicing. Oh, shoot, my hammer skill is 0. So maybe that means there's a level up associated with these too? That would be kind of cool. Probably only the first one. Probably only hammer skill. Okay, that's interesting. But my guy also likes hammers, so increases hammer skill by hitting enemies. Oh! You like hammers so much that you can improve just by using them. Okay, so there must be some other way to increase weapon skill that I don't know of. I'm not sure. But we're also a breath holder, so we could hold our breath for longer. And we're in gas and in water. So that means against those mushrooms we'll be able to survive longer. And we're immune to strangulation. So that terrifies me because I have yet to see an enemy that can strangle me in this game. But that's basically what, once I see that my life is gonna be over with. I just know it. That's when it's gonna be game over, man, game over. So let's actually talk about, each character has its own, like, trait ability that they could do, and the bully can taunt. I'll show that off in a sec. Then here's all of our stuff. Basically, these are new equipments that we could find and pick up on our character. Like here we have the tower shield. I wonder if we could end up replacing that with the dodge roll, or if we have to have a shield forever now. That would be interesting, because I haven't experienced that. Basically, this increases damage, this increases defense, your chest, your weapon is damage, armor plate is defense, and then, unfortunately, our helmet and sandals, our helmet actually is giving us some defensive stats, though. But I believe that the helmet and your footwear, or head and footwear, are more meant to give you passive benefits. Unfortunately, we don't have anything that does that quite. Oh my God, I didn't know rats could jump through doors. That was insane. In the membrane, bro. We've got another dude with a shield. Next time I'll have to try remember to grab a dude. Oh, good. We killed the orc man. Okay, cool. Next time I'll have to try remember Mario style jump on this man. Next time I'll have to try remember to grab a guy who does not have a shield, so we could go ahead and do a dodge roll ability. Sorry, Mr. Mouse, but you're out here, buddy. So yeah, we got a magical book. Let's hold down the B to learn ourselves the magical ways of wisdom. Magical combat. Oh, I know this one. This is the one that has heal. Yeah. So every time your character levels up, you gain a new learning skill, or basically there's learning points which you can see at the right there, and basically you start off with 1. At least when you're the bully, I don't know, maybe the wizard has more. But you start off with 1, which means that you can align 1 spell, and then it goes into your passive screen. But the sucky thing is, certain spells have different charges, which is the amount of times you could use them, I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, their energy consumption. And so, but beyond that, it also has like a different size. So if you pick all big spells, you might actually run out of inventory space, or kind of like passive ability slots and stuff like that. So that actually could be very hindering. We don't have much health, so honestly, heal might not be all that important, but that also might mean that healing will be even more important. So let's go ahead and grab that, because I think that'll be a very, very, very good ability to take. Just so you guys know and are awares, there are actually, as far as I know, 2 methods to heal in this game. Here, let's just grab this skull so we could beat someone in the face with it later on, like a big old badass. There's 2 methods of healing in this game from what I can tell. One is the healing spell that we have now, and the other one is eating corpses. And, oh, that slime got wrecked, yo. That is up. Okay, so the crimson is cold to the touch. That means we could freeze an enemy or probably give him invisibility. I think the ice one is invisibility, but you guys get the point. It's basically how how potions work is using it on yourself or an opponent. It can either do a positive or negative effect to you, which I think is really cool. I like how it kind of forces you to kind of have a forces you to have to hold on to things that you might not necessarily want to in your inventory, at least if you want to use potions, because you've only got 2 inventory slots, like on-hand inventory, and then also in your backpack, so you can actually use your sword without throwing things. Here, let's actually, this is gonna be super risky because I don't know the full stats for this. Let's test it out. Oh god, it's a strength potion and he killed me in 1 hit. I am the worst. What bad luck, though. Theoretically, that's like a 50-50 chance, and both of the times I tried it, I ended up killing myself. So that tells me there might honestly be different varieties of what the potions can do. But that tells me that the warm potion is probably the invis bonus. I will have imagined, since the warm one can be associated with the fire ability and the ice one can be associated with cold. I don't know. I just think I just thought the warmth one would be the one that would give off the strength bonus, but I guess I was wrong. Let's go with one more guy who Hatchet of the Light, so that's an axe. This person likes axes, and starts with a magical weapon. That's a really, really good upgrade, or has potential to be, because that means that your the weapon that you're using has some kind of magical passive benefit to it. So I think we'll go with this guy. This guy's probably a good character to choose for that. I can't believe I haven't even gone past the first floor. Like, that might kind of be a good way to start this, because like I said, there's a lot to this game, and that's part of what I think is really awesome about it. It's really simple, in my opinion, once you know and understand everything, but it's one of those games where there's just so much information at the beginning, and you have to take in so much that it can be a little bit confusing, at least in my opinion. So let's go ahead and look at likes axis. We know what that does. Sneaky, I've seen Sneaky before. I really, really, really like Sneaky. So we could crouch to hide, and falling from heights has no effect, so we don't make noise, and we are much harder to detect in general. So basically that means it's going to be a lot easier for us to avoid those big angry orc dudes. who basically in this game oftentimes have been the bane of my existence, especially when they've got a big old party going on in this room. I don't really know what's going on with that, but I think I want to carry about my merry way. Hey buddy, how'd you like that? That's a rock. Oh god. How does he know I'm here? Here, let's crouch. Oh, I didn't know he could crouch walk. He's still hearing me! This guy's unstoppable. Oh my god, this man. Well, let's taunt him then, so I can show off what taunt does. I think it's up, down, up? Bummer. Yeah! So when we do that, our character says something, and basically... Whoa, what is that? Wait, what? Bummer. Whoa! Maybe taunt gives us extra strength for our next hit. I never realized that. I thought it was only meant to attract dudes, so you could try distracting them at a time. But clearly, because we get this weird floating thing. Oh, a torch went out. Interesting. And our axe is gold temporarily. I guess that means we also get an attack bonus. So let's do our big old bummer saying and then beat up this man. Basically, he has no hope in the world because we are too strong for him. We are a wondrous lady of destruction and doom, and we are classy, and, you know, have pretty pink hair, and who doesn't love pretty pink hair? I did not mean to run into that wall. Of course I picked another person with a shield. That's my bad. We'll see that in the future, but thank God I have located this. So, it's high time I actually talked about the goals to this game. I played through the tutorial. I don't think this game is much of a story, but I also think that's kind of the point to it, as well. And it is still in alpha, alpha 0.7. So, super early. So it would not surprise me if a story is meant to be an aspect of this game. It wouldn't surprise me a story will come later on. But basically how the game works is, we're trying to get to the end of the dungeon and survive and escape and all that. But there's also a secondary objective in each level, and oh shoot, okay, so now we know that this is cool and thick, which I would imagine would probably mean ice. Probably will turn someone to ice because it's cold and thick, and ice is pretty thick in my opinion. But yeah, so on each floor there is one of these, an orb of leveling. There's two objectives. There's the exit, which is the mandatory objective, and then there's this, the orb of leveling, which is kind of like a optional objective. But you really want to grab this thing, because basically what it is it's how your character levels up and grows stronger. I would say the main method for how your character grows stronger. It's at least more reliable than getting different weapons, because you don't know if you don't know if you're gonna find any weapons to begin with, and then beyond that, you don't even know you don't even know if they'll be good or not. They could be awful. Whereas when you level up, you always get some kind of benefit. So what's really interesting about this, obviously you get to level up any stat by, any individual stat by 1. And you get 2 points to divvy out. With each level up orb, at least as that's what I've seen so far. So let's just go ahead and go with strength for starters now. But then you also get a new passive ability that your character can have. I really like focus strike. Like here we've got heavy lifting, grab and throw enemies, which is down B, unburdened by heavy items. That's nice as well, actually. So you could walk perfectly regularly, even with your even while carrying a heavy item or something like that. But I like this one. Hold down the attack button to charge your ability. So what we could do here is we could either get a level up in one of these, or we could choose one of the two passive abilities. And I usually like to choose one of the two passive abilities, because those things seem super cool in my opinion. So now we just need to find the exit, which might end up being a horrible problem. I'm pretty sure that this is ice. So let's like kill this man. Oh, we failed. There's so many dudes in here. Look at the guy at the end with his, like, war paint. These guys are so freaky. I gotta say, one of my favorite things about this game is the animation. I love the sprites and all that. And I also, love the... Oh, God. I also love the animations because they're very polished. Oh, we've got the potion, but we died before we could use it. I suck so bad at video games. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I still think that this is a really good and interesting video, because for the people who know the game, they can know that I'm awful and learning. Like I said, I've only played about an hour of the game so far, but I'm really excited to continue playing. I really, really, really like this one so far. And it's been a long time for me where I've had a real true experience with the game where I feel like I know absolutely nothing about what's going on and what does what and how to play, and I'm learning things slowly over time, which is one of my favorite experiences to have in gaming in general. I love that kind of feeling. But, so yeah, of course, things will improve in time. You always start off slow with these kinds of videos. And, like, this is the other thing I meant to say. Since there is so much going on in this game, I think that this first episode will suffice well. It's kind of like an introduction video before getting into the crazy stuff later on with all the additions and all that. So anyways, I think that is going to be it for the first episode of Catacomb Kids. I'm probably going to be playing a series of this game no matter what, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. But please, guys and gals in the comments, tell me what you think, whether or not you would like to continue to see more of this game, and if you think it's cool and stuff like that. Or if you have any pointers, I'd be into that as well. I don't necessarily really want spoilers for this game, because I want to discover it as I go on. But pointers and stuff like that, and if I'm missing something that I really shouldn't be, like I'm being a big old ding-dong, like I am, the big old ding-dong that I am, please do tell me about that. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all in the next one. See you guys!